Okay, that's probably what it was. Just because I feel like a lot of important things are probably in the lyrics of the song, and I couldn't catch it all.
Because it wasn't a rap.
Yeah, we're just gonna start this shit live.
The only time I caught the Holy Ghost was when I was in church drinking.
Like they're two dumb dudes. Welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast.
Who? You had to read your doggy rights?
No, they get their rights right every goddamn day.
Yeah. Yo, hold on. We're not jumping into this until you explain how you wearing a full blown leather with a tank top, and you got the arched eyebrows. What's going on, bro?
Look, man, look.
Are you doing an R&B video in the night?
You out here looking like Cisco?
Look, come on, man.
I'm about to change your name. I'm gonna change your name to Release the Dragon.
Look, time out. You gotta keep it G and rocking the Timbs too. You know what I'm saying?
I told you. He's in his jagged era edge, bro. He really trying to be like fucking Nelly and shit.
Nah, he had the Band-Aid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're almost there. You're gonna get it. Next week, it's gonna be like a small transformation of him, little by little, turning into Nelly.
Look, watch some shit happen. I gotta put a band on my face for real because I'll scratch this shit or something.
I know your dog's gonna scratch you, but nah, this ain't for the look. This is actually it's actually needed.
And then the dog is gonna be in the background like.
I'm can't get over the fact that is this a New York Giants jacket?
Yeah, it is. It is.
What you doing, New York Giants jacket, bro? You from Massachusetts? You ain't never lived in New York.
Look. So what? I don't even like New York. However, you know, on my travels on the road, sometimes
a stray right here, bro.
When you're leaving Texas and it's 900 degrees to go make a delivery in New Jersey and it's negative 4,000 degrees, you stop at the thrift store and they had a jacket for like $3. Like, fuck it, I need this shit right now. So you know what I'm saying? It's cold.
So is that why you wear a leather and the tank top so you can just take it off? But yeah, I'm good now.
Well, you know, the house temperature out here is kind of wild right now. It's cold outside, warm on the inside. You know, I'm moving stuff around, so you know, I had to balance out my body temperature.
You ain't got a bullshit. Just say you just wanted to show the drip on the show. My man pulled up. Like,
Chris is extra fashionable now, bro.
Look, hold on, wait.
You don't know. Hold on. Time out. Chris is like 30 minutes late talking about the timeline. No, he was in the back getting himself oiled up, doing the pump, and he's like, I'm a killer with this tank top and this leather jacket. Like, you know, Mikazi, like right before backstage when they're about to hit the curtain, he got like,
Did some push-ups before he got on the pod.
had to get my 50 Cent going. But hey, Marcus, you can't talk with some glasses, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Oldness caught up with me, man. Like, so I work IT, so I'm in front of a screen.
Oh no, don't get all serious now. That's that knock.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
Underground shit.
So then I work IT. So, hey man, I'm becoming a old Hispanic hipster. That's what little by little, bro. Like,
so with the braids thing, you got the do-rag on today?
No, I got the braids is in here. The braids is in here, brother.
Oh, okay.
You know, I ain't trying to get them messed up because you know I got a 2 week on and 1 week off with my braids. So that's how I do it.
Well, you know, speaking of on and off, welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. It's your boy Sarat, aka Makazi.
Your boy Chris Brown, aka Red 4 Delta.
It's your boy Marcos, the man in the couch, aka the Sunset Kid. Yeah, what's up?
Right. Well, apparently I'm underdressed. Y'all motherfuckers coming in here like with costumes on. You looking like you about to go. You look like you trying to like be a spy with them glasses on.
Bro, I'm over here. I'm just practicing poetry, baby. I'm just gonna be like, yeah.
Seriously.
Listen, wow. I feel like y'all got dressed up because of the movie, because y'all know there's gonna be a lot of women at this movie. Y'all let us show up looking all crispy.
No.
Out here.
Speaking of women,
like a bottle of lotion on to go.
Speaking of women, yeah, under the jacket, my man is all fully greased up, like a turkey ready to baste.
I have my LL Cool J going. You know what I'm saying, baby?
Oh God!
You either lotioned up or you're lactating. I don't know.
So speaking of women, I took my wife, right? We went and saw it Monday, and halfway through the movie, she started scrolling. And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, I don't know, it's too long for me. Like, have you never been to the play? I've seen the play, so I was looking forward to this.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, okay. So, for those listening, the movie we saw this week is a new release in theaters, and it's getting a lot of love from the critics and from the audience. It's making a lot of money, and rightly so, because it was a very, very well-known play. Almost, I want to say it's for our generation, probably the Broadway play to go see.
Yep, and it's Wicked. You didn't say the name.
Well, I was about to say it, but you just jumped in with your jumping in ass with them glasses. You think because you got them glasses on? See, that's the Puerto Rican. That's
Okay. You know what? I was trying to figure out. I was like, what is that? Now I realize what it is. And you got worse eyes than I do. You know what I'm saying?
Man, this is 3D printed, baby.
What the fuck you plan doing with that?
He trying to be Naruto.
I was just testing. You know, I like props. I'm like your boy. Like, if I took off all this green screen behind me, I got a whole bunch of shit in my office basement as well.
Bro, that ain't on brand. You need a 3D like print a fork or something. That should be
wow.
Right on. That sounds about right.
At least in a 3D.
This from the guy. Everybody. Hold on, everybody. Let's go ahead and give a moment of silence to Mikazi's tummy.
Oh shit!
Yeah, bro. Yo, before I got on, bro, my shit like loose. My shit was like, yo, it was, bro. It was. I sat down. It's like it turned on the faucet.
Oh god!
Damn.
Listen, it's real life. This is real life. Okay, we don't escape this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? This is what I get for eating eggs and steak for breakfast.
Yeah, he was on the road, man. Sometimes.
Wait, what? Hold on, what?
Listen, but
we're not going to get specific.
Time out, no, because I told this man I had some eggs and steak yesterday. Did you cook the shit?
Yes, I cooked it. But I cooked it a little differently than you would cook it because I know how to cook. But you know,
I know how to cook too.
Get out of here.
Too much soy sauce, man.
A whole lot of soy sauce. Did you add some rice to it too?
No, I made some steamed eggs. What you know about steamed eggs?
Steamed eggs? Okay, that's definitely Asian.
Yeah, exactly.
They're either boiled or fried over here. I don't even like scrambled.
Yeah.
Boiled?
Well, you don't like boiled eggs? Or you look like you like boiled eggs, bro.
Okay,
you know what? Might be. I prefer scrambled over fried. I'll take a fried egg, but I'm not out here. I'm not the Baltimore guy that's like, yeah, I need my fried egg hard. Like I still don't know what that is.
You know, my cousin likes his eggs well done.
What you mean fried? All right, this got a crispy egg.
Oh man, see, I was gonna say something, but yeah, that might be down a path of jokes that I don't need to deal with right now.
All right, well, okay, so the movie was Wicked. Off top, did y'all like the movie? Chris?
How about let me start?
I gotta go yes and no. Even though I have reasons, I liked it more than I didn't like it. So yeah, I liked it.
Okay, why'd you, Marcos?
I love the movie. I absolutely thought it was probably one of the best movies released this year.
Okay,
Holy shit.
I will agree with Marcos. See this hand clap? This is why you go to the theater. This type of movie is why you go to the theater to watch a movie. Okay.
And I have my own reasons. My reasons. The number one thing is like when I saw the play, and you know, when you see a production on stage is different. It's depending on the budget. I saw it on Broadway, which is kind of like probably the best budget they can have.
Mm-hmm.
Like the stuff that they had in the background, the movie really completed the picture that I had in my imagination. The cinematography was beautiful. The casting was excellent. It was really good. Like it's bringing to life something that, you know, we only seen on stage. And on top of that, it makes me like hunger for something that we have never touched in America, which is The Wizard of Oz. I'm down for like a remake.
Oh, we never touched it.
I'm about to say let's go.
We didn't have Michael Jackson in The Wizard of Oz.
Well, no, those are offshoots. Those are offshoots. But like
that's the nigga of Oz.
What? Anyway, I love The Wiz.
That's a BET production.
Wow. Tubi. No, The Wiz was amazing, but I'm talking about like I got the whole let's go, like, you know, feeling when you saw in the beginning of the movie they showed the yellow brick road and they showed Dorothy and everybody walking, because in the movie, forgot anybody that hasn't seen it, it starts off quote unquote in the present, and then it tells you the backstory, kind of like in the play.
Yeah. Well, Chris, why did you not? Why are you on the cusp? Just out of curiosity. Because
You want more
I'll be
nudity.
honest. When I watched it, I thought you, of all people, would really like connect with this movie because
You
there
know
are some
what?
undertones.
There's definitely undertones to it, and the reason why I think I go back and forth with it because it was definitely longer than I wanted it to be.
Mhm.
But in my opinion, it didn't start getting good till like the last 20 minutes of it.
Oh,
If
yeah.
if that
That's what my wife said, but my wife has a very small attention span when it comes to movies of topics that she's not 100% into.
Yeah.
okay, and also with that being said, like you, Marcus, I saw the play. I wish I would have read the book. I didn't read the book because everybody says the book goes into so much more detail about
The book
you
is
know
great.
you know what I'm saying. So the play I thought was fantastic. It surprised the hell out of me.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? But the movie I was just like maybe because it's part one, part two might bring it more together for me.
Yeah.
But I was just like, that was 3 hours of that just to get to
But you,
that.
but you guys picked up like all the cameos and all the nuggets that they gave us in the
Yeah.
movie, right? Like you picked up that for those of you who haven't really watched or the play or seen like the sister, what is it? I know she's the wicked witch
Glenda.
east. The one in the wheelchair. She ends up turning evil
Oh,
too. That's the one that Dorothy drops the house on. And if you notice, she had slippers that were made of
the diamonds or whatever.
yeah, the entire time.
Hmm.
Her mom, they were gifted from her mom, and then she was wearing them throughout the movie. And then you saw her kind of like get upset when she found out old boy was not into her the way
Mm.
she thought he was. And then and we already know that the main character, she's gonna be the wicked witch of the West.
Yeah.
And Glinda is gonna be
Yeah.
yeah. So
The West, like they're not like us.
Yeah.
nah, they're
Yeah.
not like they're
I'm
not
just
like
mad because the one main black girl that had the movie, they painted her green. So
Hey,
he liked
that's
the
my
Hulk. So
that's hey. She can get a She-Hulk. We can get it cracking. You know what I'm saying?
I love that movie just because it created an entire world. And
world
this is
building.
like I said with Gladiator, in the sense that like Gladiator, even though it's like mythology and stuff like that, it tends to lean a little more towards realism. So when you saw the kind of fantastical moments like with the sharks and all that, it kind of pulled you out. Like, okay, this looks a little too entertainment value for the story. Whereas this one, it felt like everything just kind of lined up right. Like they created a whole world. They stayed in that world. They didn't like do anything that felt like it was out of character for people in that world.
Mhm.
Like
Okay.
fucking, I thought like they really did a good job of creating a whole atmosphere and environment, and then really putting everything in there to make it feel like it was a fully formed universe.
Mm.
Yeah, I say the same thing. Like they really fleshed out the characters, which it was cool. I didn't realize until I started watching it that there was going to be a part two based on the pacing.
Yeah,
I was like, there's no way they're going to fit this entire story. Like halfway through the movie, I was like, yeah, we're still on this point. Yeah, we're not going to get there. Like they fleshed the characters out, make you understand why. Like
characters
if you
feel the way
go,
they do.
yeah. What? Anyway, you go on YouTube. There's a whole thread about how Glinda was a manipulator the entire time. How she
Mm.
Dorothy into taking out the wicked witch of the West so she could take over. And this movie pretty much sets it up completely. Like whether you like her or not, I don't think Glinda was a good person. I think she was just as bad as everybody else.
Hmm.
I'm kind of on the fence of that. I think she started off kind of, for lack of a better term, ignorant. She's one of
Okay.
those people. She's one of those people that like probably like it feels like she had a sheltered life, and like it's it's hard for me. Like for some people, you're like you should just know that you don't. If you okay, prime example. If Galinda offered Chris watermelon, right? You're supposed to know, hey, that's kind of that's got racial undertones. You don't do that. But
No, it
she
don't. It means she
comes.
wants me to plant my seeds inside of it.
Hold on. What? Time out.
But what I'm saying is, she came across as someone who just was not like, yeah, she did a lot of stuff for that was self-serving, but I feel like she was someone who kind of everything always kind of went right for her in life, so she didn't really know how to act when things don't go right.
But you know what? I'm gonna challenge that point. In the beginning of the movie, when she arrived, she said, "Aren't you all happy to see me? I know you are," which means that she's still self-serving even in the present. Like I think she's a kind of person that, you know what I mean? Like, okay, we've seen this a lot in anime, we've seen this a lot in horror movies or movies where something gets upended. That the people that are their entire life is to be set in this society, right? And then it turns out that everything else is a lie. It's like the Matrix is like, nah. I don't care if we're really living out there. This is what my mind is prepared for. Like she tried to tell Alpha to like, yo, I know it's crazy, but like, yo, let's just go back inside, sort this out, let's just relax, because she didn't care what the wrong things that they were doing. She just cared that her goals were very attainable at this point, especially in the situation. Like like you said, there was a lot of this whole entire movie can be an allegory for a lot of things.
Mhm.
As you know, it had a lot of racial undertones, it had a lot of political undertones, it had a lot of victim blaming. It's basically like, yo, the way that they did it, it was a perfect time for this movie to come out, especially if you're a person that looks for meaning in media.
Yeah.
Because what happened was, they were like, oh, they immediately assassinated her character. She didn't do anything, and they were like, nah, she's a fugitive. And then everybody went from liking her and loving her to like, oh, you know what? She's right. Look at her, she's green. And using her biggest crutch to gain her acceptance, but then to use that against her at the end, that is so messed up. Like, it's a whole thing. It's a whole allegory about being different, about thinking about yourself.
Which is why I'm kind of surprised that Chris is kind of on the fence with this movie. To me, this is the type of movie where Chris walks out like, "Yo, man, like I caught this, and I wanted to fuck this, but I didn't. But then I fucked this." So,
like you know what I mean? Like think about it. Like yo, like the head flying monkey, the first one that got turned. Like they were like, oh, he wants to fly, and then the monkey was like, yeah. And then she did a spell, and the monkey was like, even kind of the monkey understood what was going on. And then she told him like, yo, if you want to keep your family safe, you have to be loyal to us. And then after that, she used that same play. They Alpha didn't come in and just wanted to change the monkeys. They asked her to do that.
Time out though, real quick, just to catch me up to speed, because like I said, I didn't read the book. Do you remember in the play, did the animals talking have anything to do with that, or was that something new in the movie?
I think they expanded it.
Okay.
It wasn't. It was a subplot in the movie, but it was more. I think in the play they highlighted more the differences in the main love triangle with them two, and the fact that Alpha just basically found out that the Wizard of Oz is a fraud.
Okay.
Which we come to know that it's true, because although in this movie he basically was like kind of cornered to saying he had no powers, that was the first thing he told Dorothy. He was like, "Oh my god, like yeah, I'm just here faking the funk, like you know what I mean, like
yeah."
And
I've never seen the play, so like I knew the wizard was a fraud or a charlatan, for lack of a better term. Chris, I know it's too big a word for you, but
I can spell charlatan. CHAR Latin.
but like,
no, but like least... I think I like again. I feel like okay. One of my favorite scenes in the movie is when the headmistress gives Glinda the practice wand. And basically tells her like, the only reason like I don't even believe in you. The only reason I'm here is because Alpha like believes in you and she wants you to join with us. And like in that moment, you know, Glinda still kind of kept the same self-absorbed personality, but you could see that like she in that moment she learned what goodness really is. And from that moment on, I feel like she still was trying to be good. Was actually everything she did that was like good and for other people was actually for them versus for her, but she still was kind of like self-absorbed, like, hey, I'm still the shit, but you know, I'm genuinely happy for you that you get this opportunity to go here and talk to the wizard and shit like that, you know? Whereas
Yeah.
in the beginning of the movie, I feel like she would have, again, with the hat, there would have been an undertone of like, oh, I'm gonna do something nice, but it's for me, not for you.
Hmm.
You know.
Okay.
Oh,
So
Chris, yeah, Chris, give us your point of view because you know we got Marcos. I think Marcos is like itching to see this movie. He's like, yeah, I want to talk to these boys about this because I got
Look,
history.
I feel like I'm like fucking neglecting my love side or something. You two's like I loved it. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. I think
Like,
you saw. I think you saw all the crazy like graphics. You was like, I'm not really feeling this. This ain't no gladiator. This ain't
nah, you know what? And this is a
with a
problem that I know
gun.
I have. This is why I hate watching movies that I know I've seen something about it before, because you kind of go into it with that mindset what you've already seen
So you
versus
comparing it?
watching. Yeah, and I think I did a lot of that watching the movie. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Just being honest.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like I said, at the end of it, when they all start to come together, she met the wizard and going through the whole road and like everything else. Like, okay, it's getting good. Just like, okay, to be continued. I'm like, God damn it! I just had 2.5 hours of just like
No,
fucking
but
plot building.
but the thing is, you're literally you're building the relationships. Like honestly, because I feel like if you just skim past a lot of that, it would be surface level, and if it would feel like everybody's mad at each other because they're supposed to be mad at each other. Whereas this one, you kind of feel, you know, everybody's motivations and their relationships with each other. You see why everybody reacts the way they do.
I
Like,
mean, I feel like part two is gonna be good because from what I can remember, like when it picks up, it picks up. You know what I'm saying?
oh yeah,
yeah.
Same thing
So
with Dune. Like I felt like Dune one was like, what the fuck did I watch? But Dune two was like, let me go back and watch Dune one.
yeah,
You know
you
what I'm
know
but
saying?
what? I haven't finished Dune 2. I haven't watched Dune 2 because Dune 1 took me 9 tries. So
okay,
watch.
so that's what I said. Like, so Dune one was so boring to me.
Mhm,
I didn't really care to watch Dune two. Now Dune two is awesome, but
mhm,
yeah, I might not want to watch it because I'm bored by Dune one. With this one, I feel like there was enough here that made me go like, yeah, I'm excited to see part two because they gave me a lot to look forward to, and I thought this was a really fully formed and really self-contained story that like
So
it felt like they stopped it at the perfect time. Like
to
that's
go
exactly
back
where they should cut it off.
to go back to Chris's question, the animal part, they fleshed it out. Like the scene of the animals meeting in secret and her having the vision, that was inserted into the movie, but the doctor getting arrested was always part of the movie. And but
mhm,
it was, a lot of the stuff was given in exposition. But they like the wizard explaining that he was getting rid of the animals that talk. That was
mhm,
that was in the play, but not as much and emphasizes in the movie because that was the breaking point. Like if Alpha was any way um like selfish, she would have just been like, "Hey, you know what? It is what it is, baby. I'm gonna be the wizard in a couple of years. Like screw these animals." But the
mhm.
fact that they explained beautifully,
Almost made up a word.
yeah,
Just like in the
yeah,
movie, you was making up
yeah,
words.
those words were making me laugh. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna start using this in meetings.
Yeah.
There was one word that I wrote down. I gotta find it. I literally wrote it down in the back of my ticket. I'm like, I'm gonna throw that shit into my next tech meeting.
Well,
Like,
listen, bro. Again, but like you not Dominican, bro. You can't be using words like that. You that's
but
made for a brunch.
Shit.
so basically the plot that they emphasized how bad she was ostracized when she was young, and even getting there, like that's what made her understand. It wasn't that she loved the animal; is that she felt the kinship that they showed on screen. When like, oh man, the only reason that they hate these animals around them because they could talk,
Yeah.
like
Mm.
and
Chris,
and
okay, so other than the length, what was your issue with the movie? Just out of curiosity.
Honestly, because I feel like I missed so much, which I know sounds crazy because like
Did you
I
fall
paid.
asleep? Did you nod
Nah,
off?
nah, I stayed awake. I ain't you. You know what I'm saying?
Please. My ass was
what did you
wide
miss?
awake. This ain't no Maximus #2. This
But
was good.
but no, I feel like okay. Like I've seen other musicals. Like, okay, for instance, I think the last musical I see was Greatest Showman,
Yep,
Mhm.
that's a good one.
and yeah, it's a very good movie. But I also feel like the music in the movie went with the story, which I'm not saying that this one didn't. I feel like it was, how can I put it? Like the cadence or something made it hard to keep up with all the words,
Well,
if that makes sense.
I can see that some of it was they weren't using it. It felt like they weren't using like the lyrics. They changed the cadence so that they were still telling the story without
Mhm.
like, necessarily making it like songy. They were just singing, like they were singing their words versus singing a song.
They had to make the songs. They had to change them a little bit to number one make sense movie wise,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and certain scenes like the setting was different. You know, in a play they kind of act something out, and then all of a sudden they fade to black, and then the person starts singing. Whereas this, it was like at a certain point everybody was singing, and it was just like a part of life, and they kind of like looked at the camera and was like wink wink nudge nudge, because sometimes other characters would be like, why are they singing, like, you know what I mean? It wasn't
Mm.
Yeah.
like everybody's just breaks into song. It was kind of like, oh my god, we're singing about this, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably what it was. Just because I feel like a lot of important things are probably in the lyrics to the song, and I couldn't catch it all.
Because it wasn't a rap.
Asshole.
Hey, what's in that bottle? Is that crunk juice?
I don't got no rap music.
Yeah.
I went to a barbecue with Sarat years ago. And the first thing they said when I walked in was, "We don't got no rap music." And I said, "What the fuck?" Like, hi, hello, my name is and yours. You know, nice to meet you. Not even, hey, there's fried chicken over there. We don't got no rap music.
Bro, did you make that happen?
No, that was good. So that was a family cookout too. Chris, we
But
walked
like, did
in.
you tell them like, yo,
Ah.
buddy,
I,
or
I,
this
listen,
is like literally out there, like
listen. No, we showed up at the cookout, and they was doing karaoke. And I was like, Chris,
First-
let's do karaoke. And the first thing the guy do is the dude just goes, hey, I ain't got no rap music.
I know how to feel about that. Obviously, you can see to this day it still bothers me. Like, seriously, you know what I'm saying? But you know,
Yeah. What was in your? What you drinking in that bottle?
right here, just some good old H2O.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Keeps it cold. It's actually my new gin bottle. You know what I'm saying?
fine. That's all that is some yak.
Yeah. As long as it isn't your protein shakes from 15 years ago. You're good.
With tequila and
Wait,
coffee.
you've been drinking shakes that you leave in bottles and just be like, oh, like it's water, like it's fine.
Nah, man. I used to mix my protein. My protein shakes had alcohol in them all the time. Like I walked into my job one day and I got to work that morning. My home was like, "What you drinking?" I said, "Protein shake. Taste some." He was like, "I got to start working out." it was tequila and cookies and cream.
What about you, Marcos? What you drinking? Lucky that pineapple ain't upside down.
Mm.
You know what? I was waiting for you guys to say something funny about that. No, I'm drinking
Body armor?
Yeah.
I like body armor. It's good.
I like some of their stuff, even though it has zero sugar, it tastes too sweet for my taste.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah, I feel like Prime is probably the sweetest on the market right now, but Body Armor is not far behind it when it comes to sweet.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I like-
Prime, you know what? To their credit, Prime has a lot of more hydrating properties and a lot other things.
Yeah.
But they lie about how much caffeine is in it. It's a lot. Like when I first took Prime, like not the energy drink, like I guess I'm mentally unprepared for,
Yeah.
but like the actual powder drink, that shit gives me the jitters. I thought it was like a pre-workout. I was like, what the hell is this? Like, why is it so freaking strong? Like I have a case of it that I haven't, or sorry, a box that I got at Costco like last year, and I haven't even really used it because it's like it's strong as hell.
I've been on the BioLite since Chris told me about it.
Mm.
Like I like because a BioLite like doesn't have too much sugar in it, so you still taste the saltiness of the electrolytes. And I actually like that, especially when I'm working out.
Yeah.
But you know, yeah. But me, I'm just doing a little athletic brewing, non-alcoholic, free wave hazy IPA.
Is that gonna be fine on your tum tum?
Yeah, I swear to God, bro. Just because you got 6 tummies, don't worry about my one.
Oh, good. I'm
Look,
I'm
the,
thick
the,
and fluffy, just like my wife loves me.
look. If he got 6 tummies, I mean, he got the best of everything. He got one compartment for every fucking food group.
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
wish I wish I had that.
There you go.
We damn sure know you trying.
Like, look, man, put the starch on this side,
But
the meat on this side. Shit.
Did y'all?
let's
Hold,
think.
hold. So get back to me. Did y'all have a favorite moment in the movie?
My favorite moment when I was like, she put that shit on is when she when Glinda gave her the cape, and then she was like she was by the window, she went flop, and just like the shit just like mad dog, and she just
Fucking,
jumped
she did
out.
that Superman pose,
Yeah.
like set up
Like,
right before she took off.
I was like, and like she could have easily been like, what the fuck y'all gonna do? Y'all ain't gonna do shit.
But I don't think she knew her power at that moment.
Yeah, like, but it was that, and honestly, in the dance when Glinda finally
Mm.
stepped forward and was like, all right, I'm really fucked up. Let me not, like, she was like, oh shit, this is really shitty what I just did.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, all right, she has some redeemable qualities, but she legit, like, I know in the play they did it, but like it felt more real in the movie because they went a little bit deeper in the backstory, and they had special moments, and the fact that she was like, nah, you go ahead and do what you gonna do. I'm a hang back here. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like I'm a sacrifice myself. It's like, yo, this is too much out of my comfort zone. Like, I don't know what's on that other side, so you go ahead.
Yeah. I go ahead, Chris.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I actually got two favorite parts. One more of just like maybe a nostalgia feeling, because if I'm wrong, correct me. The two ladies that do like the introduction song when they entered Emerald City, ain't that the two from the play?
Yep, that's the two from the play. My wife even pointed that out. She was,
Okay.
Side note, one of them is also the voice of Elsa. So
yeah.
Okay.
The one that played the original Alpha, the one with the brown hair. She was the original voice.
Yeah, so there's a part where she's singing, and when I saw the play, like the girl got some lungs on her. Like she could hold the note very, very well.
But to piggyback on that, did you
But
see
why you just whipping around a knife like you ain't Latino, bro? You're just feeding into stereotypes.
Own it, man. I'm
always
some fried chicken right here.
keep one like
You
what?
I watch. You're gonna be sitting at the end of the podcast. You can be like, "Yo, watch," and you're gonna go between the fingers.
Oh, but
But to piggyback, did you see the playfulness that they had where the old cast, the one that was doing the intro song, like you said, was singing, and then the new cast was trying to come in, and then they were like, nah.
yeah. Like, nah, this is our moment.
Like, chill. Like, we got this. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
So the reason why I bring that up is because at the end of when she's talking about defying gravity, like I said in the play, when she hits that note, even I was like, holy shit, people can see it like that.
Mhm.
And when Alphaba, in the movie, she hits the note in her own way. In my opinion, she did it justice. I was okay, cool. They held that part to where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So that was like a more nostalgia moment. But my favorite part was when she's falling and sees her reflection as a little girl in the building.
Yeah.
And she's reaching out to like hold her, like almost like connected with her younger self when I guess being told since basically birth that she was a nobody, so to speak.
Yep.
And taking that and just the broom comes and almost like I'm about to fly with this. That's what I got from that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so that's that's one of my favorite moments is again seeing her reflection as a kid and almost being like like that's you're seeing the person you've become and you're trying to decide like do I keep going or do I just let myself fall and just it's over? And she's like no, like let me protect this view of who I'm supposed to be since I was a little kid. And when she reached out and was like no, I got your back. That's when the broom landed in her hand. That scene, and like Marco says, the scene where Glinda realizes, like, hey, like I'm a fucked up person. Like I really fucked up. Like that thing I did to her with the hat. Like I know it's just a little funny thing to me, but like seeing how everybody was treating Alpha, they were like, she was like, no, that's really fucked up. This girl did something like the thing I wanted most in life. She helped me get, and I treated her like this. And in that moment, she could have just sulked into the background and kind of like, maybe internally dealt with it. But in that moment, she decided like, no, like that's fucked up. Like I got to be better. And I feel like from that moment on, she was being better. She still had those moments where she was kind of full of herself, but you know, she was every time she did something good, I felt like it was like genuinely doing it for the other person. You know, but whereas in the beginning of the movie, when she tells Bonk to go ask the other girl on the wheelchair out, she's doing it because she's trying to get him off her back. Whereas when she's congratulating Alpha about going to the Emerald City, I felt like she was genuinely like, man, no, this is for you. Like, you go. Like, this is when she's telling her to come. She's like, no, that's not for me. She goes, no, I'm not going to go there. All right, fuck it. I'll go too. Yeah, but it's like she genuinely was happy for her friend in that moment.
Yeah. I wonder how things would have turned out if she would have declined the invitation. Like Alphaba would have probably been like taken care of right then and there. They probably
I don't know.
would have imprisoned her.
No, because I personally think if she didn't go, that when they make the announcement that Alphaba is like a criminal and she's loose or whatever, I think she might have looked at it like, no, that's not the friend, that's not the girl I know. Whereas,
go ahead.
No, but whereas in that moment when she was there, she kind of just accepted it because she understood like you're not wrong. I understand what you do. I can't go with you, but I understand why you are doing where you are. So that's why, like, when that moment happened, I thought back to the beginning of the movie when she lights the statue on fire, and I was like, in my head, I was like, was that for show? Like in the back of her head, does she light it up, but does she actually mean it? Like, does she actually mean fuck the witch?
Yeah. I don't know. I was kind of upset when Michelle Yeoh didn't start defying gravity because we all see Carter Tiger Hidden Dragon. And there was no gravity at all in that movie. And like try to fight. I was like, come on now.
I was mad because she didn't have hot dogs for fingers like in everything everywhere.
Honestly, speaking of her, Michelle Yeoh, can we talk about how she's in her villain phase? She's been like making these movies where she's a very flawed character. Like she did the movie, not the movie, the TV show that got canceled on Netflix.
The Sons,
yeah,
Rising Sons, or some other super Asian name.
Yeah, where she was like worse than the dad in the movie. Like, I mean,
because they're like mobsters, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm just listen. Michelle Yeoh is one of the few Asian women where I'm like, she could catch it. You know, Chris, you know me, where I'm like, you know, I don't really find a lot of Asian women that attractive. It's just because we're growing up. But I've always had a thing for Michelle Yeoh since I was younger.
Okay, time out, man. No, don't get me wrong. Michelle Yeoh, she can get the business all day, every day. There are so many other Asians out there.
It's a nostalgia.
What you mean, like?
Since I was little, when I saw her in Super Cop, for some reason I just always thought she was like real pretty in Super Cop.
I mean, she's not ugly, especially even her age. Like you say, okay, what's going on here? But come on now.
She can handle herself. Maybe that's attractive to me. I know you like.
Oh, you want to get butt raped?
No, I'm saying you like
with them hot dog fingers.
Because to you, it ain't hot unless they got curves that stick out the back of the car. But I'm saying,
no, I just need some rice and soy sauce, couple of egg rolls. You know what I'm saying?
No, for some reason.
I was waiting for somebody to catch that.
About metaphorical egg rolls? What are we talking about here?
Because you put the soy sauce in the belly button, and you did the egg roll in there. You know. You get real.
I call this the body buffet. Well, no, I don't know. Just ever since I was younger, there was always something about her that I was always like, man, I find her very attractive, and it hasn't died down over the years.
You know what? You need a woman that can whoop your ass. That's what it is.
Man, listen,
like that power.
Listen, just because you deal with women who always fight, and don't mean you got to put that on me, brother.
Look, it's a secret fantasy of yours. I live it. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I can tell you, it ain't worth it.
Listen, I don't want her to fight me. I want her to teach me how to do spin kicks. That's all.
She gonna kick the shit out you.
Hey, listen, if I come out with new skills, that's worth it.
Oh man, you guys are impossible. But
you just mad because they ain't no Puerto Rican fucking martial artists.
First of all, I'm Dominican. You guys both keep calling me. No, it's completely different. We're our own independent country. All right.
Listen,
oh man.
Listen, only Dominicans I know are David Ortiz and Elian Gonzalez. Well, he's Cuban, remember?
What you mean? I found out like 6 years ago. This was Dominican to me, like way down the line.
Yeah, Chris is more Dominican than black.
Yeah,
you know that.
It's crazy.
That explains the tank top and the leather.
All you need is a pair of FUBU shoes. You'll be good.
I know, right?
He's like,
Oh man.
it's okay, my friend, my friend.
So here's something I didn't realize about this movie that when I saw it, I actually got extra hype. The movie is directed by John M. Chu.
Yeah,
That was I had like a genuine like happy moment when I saw that.
yeah,
The first movie he made was Step Up 2.
yeah. Which
Okay.
is one of my favorite movies because Channing Tatum came in and was like, "Oh, y'all can't pay me for a whole movie? Ah, thanks, and I'm out."
He did the first 2 minutes, it was gone.
They were like, "Yo, we only gonna pay you for this," and he's like, "Cool, that'll get you about 5 minutes." They're like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, 5 minutes." He came in and stole the movie, and then was like, "Later."
Yeah, for real.
No, but he did that. He did in Step Up 3. They had the scene where Moose and Allison Stoner, the girl from like Cheaper by a
You see the
Dozen,
videos?
Let's see
Yeah.
Elliot videos. Yep,
Yeah, there's the scene where her and Moose are dancing in the street.
singing in the rain.
Yeah,
thing.
it's like you could see that he had like a panache for doing like stage style production or stage style like framing in movies.
I believe
when
he's classically trained in directing. Like he has some experience in stage.
Oh, yeah. No, but I'm saying I just when you see a guy go from Step Up 2 to then a movie like this, which I'm gonna be certain. I know Chris probably won't agree, but I think it might get a Best Picture nomination.
Yeah, it's gonna sweep because the freaking the buzz behind the soundtrack alone is like that's in the bag. Like you know what I mean? Like
You know what? Go ahead. I can cut you off, Marco. Go ahead. My bad.
I know, go ahead. It's in the
Not
bag.
because I'm just like I've seen so many other musicals that, in my opinion, has such a much better soundtrack. This one to me doesn't have a good soundtrack.
What are you talking about?
I don't
The
know.
songs itself is the number
disagree.
one songs of all time. All the songs, and they arguably have better voices behind them because Alpha, the young lady that plays her, she's been in a lot of plays, and most of her acting roles have been playing a singer because she's a stage actress.
You talking about the black girl?
Yeah. And then Ariana Grande is probably the best pure voice in music right now. I don't care what you say about
I don't know, bro.
Carey.
I don't know about that.
No, I was gonna say Adele. Ain't nobody touching Adele. In my opinion.
No, but Adele can only sing her music. Can she do? Have you
Riff Raff, bro? Riff Raff.
like yo? Have you never seen Ariana Grande when she does the voice thing where she does everybody's song in their range and cadence? She does that on Jimmy Fallon all the time. Do a YouTube search on that, and you'll see why. Like she could do anybody from Shakira all the way to Adele
And Celine Dion too.
Yeah. So,
Holy shit.
Yeah, she's got skills.
but you
I'm not knocking her. I mean,
I
gotta see it.
the thing about this soundtrack that I liked about this one is it felt like the music was it felt like it was about story first, then the music. Whereas some musicals, it feels like they just they make a really good song and like, okay, how can we put this into the movie? Whereas it felt like every piece of music in this thing like drove the story more.
Yeah, and hopefully this will get better adaptations of screenplays than we've seen. Like he did In the Heights, which was good, but the play was so much better.
Look, John Chu did In the Heights. I thought that was Lin-Manuel.
No. Lin-Manuel created it. John Chu directed the movie.
Okay. Speaking of Lin-Manuel, talking about musicals, because obviously Hamlet was a play, not a movie.
Hamilton,
yeah. I feel like the music in that was better than this.
That's because you black. Listen,
Come on now,
it
seriously.
was like, listen, because that was like big pun, colonial big pun. That's what it was.
But was it?
But hold on, Chris. But I don't know if it's in the works, but it probably will be. Like when they bring that to a movie, I'm almost certain it's gonna probably be plot first. Just like, have you ever seen Les Miserables, the play? I've seen the play a bunch of times, and the movie they kept the songs original, but the movie was more about the cinematography behind it. I think you gotta find a perfect balance. Like, arguably, like he mentioned what is it? The animated movie with Let It Go, Frozen.
Frozen.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that movie was more about the songs and then the plot around it, because that was what the concept was. I think everybody was more into seeing how this world was going to be transformed versus a song, because you could pick up the soundtrack of the play right now, and it's already a Grammy winning soundtrack, and you know what I mean. You're not going to really want to change it. You want to see how they do this world justice. So
there wasn't enough bass for Chris. That's what it was.
The Questlove can't play that. You know what I'm saying?
I can't get jiggy with this shit. I can't get
For real.
And then if you think about it, going back to John Chu, a lot of his movies, with the exception of G.I. Joe and Now You See Me Too, have been music oriented. Yeah, like I'm looking at his resume, like he did In the Heights, he did Crazy Rich Asians, he did Gem and the Holograms, which was a musical type movie, and then he did Step Up and Step Up 3D, which the main basis, people said like, yeah, it's dancing, but what you hear the most in the movie is the songs that they dance over. Yeah, and he did Justin Bieber, both of his documentary films.
Yeah, he also helped create League of Extraordinary Dancers on YouTube.
Yeah, so I think he's musically inclined. Not bad from a guy from what is it, St. Helena, California.
Yeah. He's Asian, so I got to give it to him. Asians.
And now you want to stick with Asians.
Listen, I stick with Asians.
Look! You don't have two. You don't have two references from this movie about you loving Asians. What the fuck didn't change?
I'm telling you,
who are you? Where's my friend at?
I had some rice and soy sauce this morning. Now I'm feeling a certain way.
Listen,
even Michael Myers in the background was like,
oh man! His head is turned looking at you like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
This motherfucker just lying on camera. No,
even Spider-Man is like, huh? In the background.
Like, you lying piece of shit.
Okay, as someone who has never seen the play, like I genuinely don't know where the story is going to go from here.
You're in for a treat, and as somebody that watched the play,
you drop your canepas?
No, I dropped my knife. As somebody that watched the play, I'm still like, everything still hit, like the way that the play hit, like it's just gonna be dope. And honestly, I'm pretty sure either you can Google online. There's got to be
I'm trying to go in fresh. I'm trying to go in
no. I'm saying there's got to be a recorded version of the play that aired somewhere.
Exactly. I'm trying to go in fresh. I just said I don't want to see what's happening next. I want to come in. Chris, what about you? What do you think? You think this part one sets up part two in a way where I'm going to be on the edge of my seat, or I'm just going to look at it like, oh, it wasn't as good as part one?
No, I'm really hoping. I'm hoping, and I think it's gonna set up part two really, really well. Yeah. Because Marcos, if I'm wrong, in the play, when she does the song "Defying Gravity," it goes intermission.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Second half of the play is probably because that's where you finish everything. Everything else is building.
Yeah. It's like the battle of in Minas Tirith.
Yeah.
When Gandalf comes and helps all the hobbits. So like I thought where they cut off again. I didn't know this is where the intermission came, but I thought where they cut it off in the movie was really good because again, when you see Alpha fly for the first time, like everything that built up to that, you're not going to get any higher than that in that part of the story. Like when she flies for the first time, it kind of becomes the Wicked Witch of the West.
So
right there, that's where you stop it.
Yeah, and they basically ended it way better than Lord of the Rings. I remember as a person that watched the cartoons and read the books, when the first Lord of the Rings ended, it just ended like
nah, what are you talking about?
When they were in the boat, the entire audience was like, what the fuck?
But okay, in Lord of the Rings defense, they end the movies like that. It's like they get you ready for the next one. Like my favorite ending of all the Lord of the Rings movies is when the dragon is going into the city and he says, "I am fire, I am death."
And then
then it cuts off. Like I was pissed. Like I literally yelled at the movie, like, "What the fuck?" You know what I'm saying? Because you know what's coming next.
Let's be honest, Chris. You yell at everybody.
No, I don't. I have control. God damn it! I got fucking control.
I'm like, oh. oh no, like yo. Speaking of screaming into the movies, it's still to this day my favorite reference of somebody screaming in the background of a movie is Harold and Kumar, the second one, when they stole the car, borrowed the dude's car, and then something happens that they like kick over some things, and the guy in the back is like, "Oh, my daughter!" When they stopped in the hood, that they think it's beef, and the dude's pulled up with the spare tire.
Yeah.
Oh man,
But, but with that first, with Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring, they literally just had a big ass battle. They had a big ass battle, and then Frodo realizes in that moment that he has to make this journey alone, right? And then fucking Sam joins him and says, "Nah, you're not going alone. I'm coming. I'm by your side." And then Aragorn and Legolas, and they're like, they're choosing their path. Like, we can't help them, but we can go help out everyone else. That's the perfect time to end that. What do you mean? It just stopped with them on the boat. What was you watching?
That's how the audience of Brooklyn, New York, and Alpine Theater on 68th Avenue.
When that movie came out, when they came out, brothers in New York wasn't ready for a fucking medieval movie. It was
first of all, I'm a brother, and I was ready because I was a nerd, and I watched the cartoons and read the books. I started laughing because people were like, "What the hell, man?" It was probably Chris. Because Chris said he loves New York. It was probably
now, Marco, you walked out there like, "Oh, you came dressed as Gimli? Okay."
Oh shit!
All right, my man came.
Oh man! Oh gosh!
Okay. All right. Final thoughts on Wicked.
I lost my whole train of thought from when we even jumped onto that.
Yeah.
Oh man!
Final thoughts on Wicked.
Oh, I don't wait before I get a final thought though. Did y'all feel like when she finally took off on the broom, like she was some like Neo in the Matrix superhero? Because she was flying like fucking.
She was dope.
A superhero. I was like, yo, like, when the Wicked Witch get the type of speed?
Listen, all I'm saying is Harry Potter, take some notes. That's how motherfucker flies on a fucking broom.
And first of all, when they were talking shit about her, she came back around like, "What y'all was saying?" And they were like, "Oh."
Yeah.
But like when she did that, like again, as far as flying on brooms on TV and in movies, I feel like this is the best representation because it was like if you took again Harry Potter flying on the broom and mixed it with fucking Superman and Man of Steel. Like you got that sense of speed, you got that sense of like fucking wonder and overwhelming. Like it's not like some movies where a person's flying, they're just like. But you don't really feel like the wind on their face like that. With this, you felt that rush of going through the air for the first time and really letting it take over a character.
And first of all, that hat must be made of magic. That shit cannot move.
You know how black people are, man. We don't lose, man. Shit, this shit don't fly off.
I know. I'm surprised it didn't still have the tag on it.
God. God.
Oh shit.
The new era tag with the price.
Yeah, the new era.
That's a new era witch hat. Holy shit!
Hell yeah. Man, I bet you they made it. That shit will sell out.
Exactly,
man.
But Alva, what size hat are you? Is that 7 3/8 witch hat?
Hell yeah. Oh man.
All right. Final thoughts on Wicked.
All right. I guess I'm going first. Still got mixed feelings about it.
Do you feel like you need to see it again now?
I do.
I'm gonna.
I just don't know if I can. Like, you know what? If I see it again, I'm gonna try to pay attention more to the words in the songs than the regular movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To see if it makes more sense on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely. Like I said, maybe I'm not in touch with my feminine side because y'all two was like, I loved it. I took the wife. So I was like, I took my dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Ryu saw that flying monkey. He's like, I wish I could fly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, like, what the fuck am I watching? Nah. But nah, final thoughts yeah, it was good. But I feel like I need to watch it again. That's all I'm gonna say.
Go ahead, Marco.
So we peer pressured this man into like
You better like them witches, motherfucker.
I myself, I really enjoyed it. It was a surprise. It was on my radar, but I'm like, they've done so many movies that they messed up that I'm like, but it was really good. I think it was probably one of the best movies released this year. Definitely going to see it again. And when part 2 comes out, I'm going to see that. And then after that comes out, I'm going to sit down and watch all the prequels leading up and watch them kind of in a weird chronological order, ending with Wizard of Oz just to get the full experience. Like, you got the Oz Great and Powerful part 1 and part 2.
Mhm.
And then you got these two should fit right in. And then you got Wizard of Oz, and you kind of get a full blown.
Are you gonna watch The Wiz and see how Tyler Perry would have did it?
No, Tyler
No,
Perry
actually,
can't.
The Wiz was really good. If you think
I
about
love
it,
The Wiz.
The Wiz is a dope
Wiz,
movie, man.
it's like you having Beyonce, all the major artists. You can't do that now. Like there's
No,
no
you really
producer
can't.
that has sway like that.
No,
Like,
think about it. Who would you replace Diana Ross with? You said Beyonce. Who?
I
Chris
would
Brown be Michael Jackson?
yeah.
I can actually see Chris Brown. Yeah, yeah. If this it was Tin Man or Scarecrow.
No,
You know
Scarecrow.
what? My Scarecrow would actually surprise the shit out of everybody. It would be Wayne Brady.
I can see that. I can see that.
He would probably be the one to make the movie because he's so talented in improv and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then the Lion, another dark horse pick. It'll be the genie from the Aladdin show, and he's also a WWE guy. He's
Yeah. He's friends. Yeah,
amazing.
I got friends that's friends with him.
Yeah, he's amazing in everything.
I'm confused.
Now, if you ever see the Aladdin stage show,
Oh, okay,
this
gotcha.
this dude that plays the genie. He's actually friends with like some of the guys at WWE.
Gotcha, okay.
They all went to school together and shit like that.
Like he's actually really good. He's like as big as me, and this guy has a lot more cardio than like guys that are running marathon, because like the whole thing that Will Smith did in CGI in Aladdin, he did that twice a day, every day for like 7-8 years.
Yeah.
Like never lost his voice, never lost like his cadence, and he's amazing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, okay. So for me, final thoughts. I didn't know what to expect when I saw this. When I went there, I don't know. I wasn't as hyped as everybody, thought was everybody was. It actually took me a second before I realized it was Wicked the play. I was like, oh, some movie named Wicked, and then they're like, no, it's based on. I was, oh yeah, there is a play called Wicked. So that's how much I was, in tune with the atmosphere around this movie. But after sitting there and watching it, like I was actually sitting there on the front of my seat, like, yo, this is actually dope. Like the music's good, the cinematography is good, all the acting is good, all the little spots of like humor. They didn't go out of character to do humor, like when fucking Ariana Grande is doing her hair whip. She would just do it at random moments. Like that's something that gets a laugh, but it's in character. It's not like someone dropped I'm sorry to say, Will Ferrell dropping character just to do a joke and then go back into the story after. So,
But the hair toss is a major part of the play.
yeah, and it's a major part of the play. But also, what's funny as hell is that they managed to squeeze in a PG movie the infidelity of the wife. How they I was like, yo, this is a little kid movie. They're like, because they were having fun, and
Yeah,
like the man left, and then the dude came straight through
the back door.
Yeah,
Man.
Yeah, no, it was good. I liked it a lot. Well, did you guys have a favorite set piece? Like as far as like that with the dancing and the actual like the singing, do you have a moment in there where you're like, that's actually really fucking dope?
The set piece that I enjoyed was when they first arrived Emerald City and they did that overhead shot.
Yep.
It looks like it. A lot of times you can tell when it's purely CGI, but this was really well done. And I guess they put some thought behind it that it didn't look like a stock CGI video or AI, video.
Yeah. How about you, Chris?
I really can't say I did. Like nothing that actually was over the top stood out to me.
I like when they were in that rotating library and they were singing and dancing, and like the library was it was rotating like kind of like the lock, whatever, and it was going. So they were swinging in between all the fucking books and shit
okay.
like that.
Okay, yeah, that was kind of dope. You know what? I ain't gonna lie. So I did go to movies with my wife, and when the dude was next to the old woman, she said that she right there, and I was like, I really don't know what to say about that because I would do that.
Yeah, old, young, big, small. Chris don't discriminate.
Look, man, I just want to know one thing.
Nations of pimping, baby.
You can't discriminate. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's pink on the inside and they ain't got no teeth, so we go.
So before we let you, before we wrap this up, So what's your movie theater routine? Do you get there? Do you go in there, watch the movie dry? Do you buy popcorn? Do you buy soda? What do you do?
Who, me?
Yeah, both of y'all.
Um, I always have a drink on me.
What kind of drink?
Whiskey.
Okay, you bring in a little fella. Hotel or a full blown half a pint?
Hey, Marcos,
Whatever fits in.
Marcos, do you call them nips?
Nah.
Oh,
But I've heard people call it.
Yes, it's, northeastern. I bring in whatever bottle fits in my pocket I can get with it.
Okay.
Normally it's about, roughly a pint though. Honestly.
Okay. What about you, Sarat?
No, let's say he's done finished. He didn't finish his menu yet.
Okay.
That's really it. And that's not if they sell drinks at the bar. If they got a bar, then I'm gonna buy a beer and take it with me.
Yeah, and then he could buy instead of popcorn, he takes a whole rotisserie chicken,
I went there with a whole Subway sales before.
pull it out the inside pocket, like a magician.
Unwrapped. He just had it in there. Like, you want a bag?
Like-
Nah, I'm good.
He's like granddad, and he's like granddad in fucking the Boondocks. I'm trying to see Soul Plane too.
Pass the meatloaf. Oh man.
I always get a small popcorn and some peanut M&Ms. Some days I'll get a Twizzler or not, whatever. But then I always go get a water and then either a Truly or an Angry Orchard.
I was waiting on the Twizzler. I knew that was coming.
Yeah. You then fuck them Red Stripes. And them theaters that sell Red Stripes, y'all motherfuckers need to go to hell.
Red Vine.
Red Vines, Red Stripes, whatever. They ain't Twizzlers.
I was gonna say Red Stripe is a beer.
Whatever. Hey man, I don't care. Okay. But no, yeah, just them red vines just they're not good.
I usually, if I go alone, I probably just get like an energy drink, not an energy, like a Gatorade,
Whoppers,
or or like a soda or whatever. But I always gotta have the hot dog, man. I don't know what it is. The only time I really eat a hot dog, unless it's like a barbecue, is at the movies.
Really?
Really? 'Cause if you think about it, the hot dog is the only thing that hasn't gone up in price. It's always been under $6. It's always been under the $6. No, I go to like AMC. I go to Cinemark, which is a company out here too. I don't know if it's
we got Cinemark out here.
Yeah, so it was like
we just got movies.
Like
just theater, just as theater.
Yeah, just movies in black and white. Just
For real.
No posters.
Yeah, where Chris lives, that shit they didn't even stadium style seats. Them shits are still straight.
they got barbecue chairs. The chairs is open up.
Hell yeah.
Actually, I want to go. They got a couple drive-ins here. I want to go to.
Yeah, driving's cool, but it's closed. Well, you guys have warm. Well, you have warm weather. I don't know about you, Chris. If you have warm weather out there,
it's been hit and miss right now. The last maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I want to go. I want to go to drive-in, back the truck up, put the tailgate down, bring a blanket.
Try to get that power chicken. Wow.
Yeah, if the trucks are rocking, don't come, don't come leaning in because the top will be open.
It was this little Asian dude. You ever seen the movie with Adam Sandler? What was it, Remote or something like that? I can't think of it. Where he can control everything. Yeah, and the whole fucking season, he's like going rapid fast. That's gonna be some ride in the back of the truck.
He's in the whole fucking scene. All right. Well, that's the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. It's your boy Sarat, aka Makazi.
Your boy Chris Brown, aka Red Fort Delta. Y'all be good out there. And our guest,
your boy Marcos, aka at the Sunset Kid,
aka I'll chop your fucking face off with this knife.
Yeah, follow us all on socials. Well, at least me and Marcos. Chris ain't got social. The only social Chris got, he ain't even got Social Security. He just
send him a kite. Send him a kite like they do up top.
I know he
send
needs like
kite,
you know. Send Chris a carrier pigeon.
Hell yeah. The kid might get shot. Be dinner. No shit.
You can find me online at I am Akazi, Twitter, Instagram, all that shit.
You know what? We should set up Chris a PO box and have people just send shit.
No.
Oh, you're gonna need someone on a horse to deliver that shit like like back in the day.
They be around here. So you do come to the gas station on this horse. Like that really doesn't run off you, right? Like you need hay. Sure.
Go to buy a carrot for it, but here you go. He just need a banana.
Keep pushing.
Yeah, follow the podcast on Instagram at SC Movie Therapy. Follow us on TikTok before they ban it. Who knows?
Yeah, shit.
All right. Hey. All right. We'll catch y'all next week. But it is what it is.
I'm a warrior.